Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing today, tonight, this evening,
Wherever
wherever
you
you
are,
are in the world?
we're in the Northeast and we are expecting some snow. Hopefully they're
Yes.
wrong. Hopefully they're wrong. That's always what I say with snow.
Well, we got some snow earlier today, but it didn't stick. It kind of melted. So we're going to say, stay melted, stay melted.
Exactly. Pass us by, go out to sea.
Exactly. So we hope that everyone is safe at home, relaxing,
Mhm.
tuned in to Mary and Antigua. Because today we are talking about the three C's. So I'm Tikwa Scarborough. For those who do not know me, I am one of the dynamic business building coaches along with Mary Fitzgerald. We
Mhm.
met each other a few years ago at a marketing conference along with some other amazing women, and we decided to have a mastermind and meet every week. And that's what we do as business owners, right? We stick around like-minded people so that we can grow in our business, right? So we was doing that for a little while, and then people just started trickling off, and then it was two.
Mhm.
It was meant to be because Mary and I work very well together.
Absolutely.
And since the pandemic, we decided that, you know what? It's time. It's time
Mhm.
for us to bite the bullet and just do it. So we help women start their business with an online course.
Mhm.
How exciting is that, right?
Very
How exciting.
exciting. And pretty easy, really, when you come down to it.
Exactly. So, Mary?
Yeah, so Mary Fitzgerald here. Yeah, I've been an entrepreneur for a very long time. I've been told that way I was unemployable. That's how long I've been an entrepreneur. So, you know, um, know the ins and outs and the struggles and the fun of it. Matter of fact, being your own boss. And online has opened a whole new world. Like being an entrepreneur in the service industry, which I was and still am, but being an online business, that's actually super cool because really, like here we are. So we're 5 o'clock in the afternoon and now we're doing a thing. And we did something at noon, right? And we can probably do something tonight at 9 if we want. And, you can really create your own schedule because it's online, so it's really cool. But yeah, we're excited because we've been helping people create their courses and everybody has a course within them. We know more than one usually. That's actually one of the first problems is not being able to figure out what to teach because you probably have so many different things to teach. So we've kind of narrowed it down and we got these three C's going on that make it easy to understand. So I'm going to pass it back to Tikwa and she can begin. Tikwa, it's all yours.
Yes. So we're going to be talking about those three C's. What is those three C's? What's those mystery C's that you're talking about, right? When it comes to building or creating your online course. So in anything that we do, the first C and creating an online course is having clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Clarity. So we have a lot of folks that come to us and then they have not really figured out what they want because it's just so many things. Like Mary said, you probably have a ton of courses that you can bring out of yourself, right, onto an online space. But it's just focusing on one and getting clarity with that one course. So when we talk about clarity, when we are building our online course, we're talking about the what, the why, and the who, right? The what is what are you going to teach, right? What is it that you have that you are ready to serve your audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we can't say that we put it out for the whole world. So that comes with clarity too. We have to also know that our course is not for everyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about that, what is it that you want to teach? What is that thing that you do that people come to you and ask you all the time? Can you do this for me? Or how do you do this? We had many people come to us that said, I'm tired of speaking to persons one by one, asking me, not that they tired of the people, it's just that it's very time consuming and it takes a lot from you. It takes a lot out of you as well, because each day or every other day, sporadically people is asking you, I want to do what you do. How do
Mhm.
you do it? And then going through the process of talking to them, it can be tedious, right? There's little steps in between. No one can give you the full enchilada on on a phone call. It's going to
Mhm.
take time because it took time for that person to get to where they are now, right? So why not put it into a course, right? So that now those people that come to you all the time, you could send them right to your course. You get the whole A to Z from that course. So, what is it that you want to teach? The next W is the why. Why do you want to teach it? Right? Why do you want to teach this course? It, I know one could be money, of course.
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
know, you want to earn some money, you want to earn some income off of this, right? But also your reasoning behind why you want to create this course. It could be a traumatic experience you went through, something that you went through that you got yourself out of, right? You did things so that you could see the results at the end, like maybe you was in an abused relationship and you took some steps to get out of it, and then also worked on your mindset, worked on getting yourself back to identifying who you are and what you want, and things like that. So it's just a lot of things that a lot of people go through, or even not even go through, but just have that gift, the gifts of, they have a gift in their hands that they're able to create something and do things, and others want to learn. So why do you want to do it? Do you want to do it to impact people? Do you want to do it just to make money? Do you want to do it because it's just fun? You have to also have to know the why behind it. And then who is important? Who are you? Who is this course for? Right? We have to have a target audience. We have to have a target audience that we're going to present this awesome, great course that is going to get them from A to B, right?
Mhm.
So that is my one of my C's, and I'm pretty sure that Mary has something to add to it.
Wow. Only the clarity, and this is actually a very good point when you're saying, people ask you the same question over and over again, right? Sometimes you might be tired and you might not feel like answering it, or you might not answer it completely, or you might leave out a few steps, and that's why recording it is really helpful, because you always give the same answer. You give the whole, like Tikwa says, the whole enchilada. You don't skip a part because you forgot or you're distracted or whatever, as humans are. That's the way it is. So eventually recording it is definitely a perfect way. But the other clarity is in the message, like the clarity of your message to attract people. And we made this mistake in our first course. It was 21-day business building challenge. Even if you didn't know what your product was, right? Or even if you didn't know what to sell. I forget exactly how we said it, but it was a little vague, right? And so it attracted, in our minds, we were clear. We wanted it to be a digital course, right? An online course. But what it said was, even if you don't know what your product is, or even if you don't know what to sell, in other people's minds, that was a physical product. So we attracted some people for digital and some people for um, physical product that wanted an online component, so that they had already physical products that they sold, or they had a store and they wanted an online component to it. So our message wasn't clear, right? So the clarity also extends to the message, so that you can attract the right person and repel the wrong person. And I mean, they're not wrong people, it's just the wrong person for you. You want your right client, your right fit client. So the second C, first one, clarity. Second one is continuity. And the continuity really comes in the actual course itself. So we have an ideal client, right? We're very clear about who we are speaking to, as Tikwa said, and the W's there, who we're going to speak to. They have a problem. They have a frustration. They have a pain point. They have something they're worried about, some issue they're trying to overcome. And they're over here at point A, right? And we want to take them with our course. We're going to solve that problem. And we're going to take them to point B. So all along that way, right, from point A, it's backwards in the camera here, point A to point B, um, there are a series of steps that you have to take. And so it's a continuation, right? It's a beautiful, flowing, logically progressive continuation of steps from point A to from where they are and the steps they have to take to get to point B. And many times that is, like Tikwa said, it's probably something you overcame. So you kind of know. So maybe you wanted to lose weight. Maybe you had a hard time getting pregnant, right? Maybe you were trying to figure out how to do your own taxes. Maybe you're trying to figure out how to knit a sweater. Whatever it is, right? Whatever it is that you're here of your point A, there are steps that you need to take to get to point B. And those are what's really important to know about your ideal client. You want to know their pain points, where they are, point A, and you want to know their desires, the result that they want, the outcome that they want, the transformation that they want. And you want to promise one per course, because if you overwhelm, trust me, we have a whole thing on the mistakes you make too, and we overwhelmed everybody. But it was fun because we learned a lot, and we also created a ton of content from that. But you want to promise one thing so that they get that, they actually do it. Implementation is so important. If you, I know, raise your hand, raise your digital hand. If you have bought a course and maybe even looked at it, listened to it, took it, but didn't implement it, right? I know I have, right? Yeah, 2, 3, right? So we don't want that. We want implementation because that's the only way you get that result. So promise one thing, get them that result, they'll come back for more. You're going to get that magic question. What else do you have for me? Right? That's the magic question. So second C, continuity. Tikwa, back to you.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. So you got the clarity. I told you that Mary was going to add to that. We got the clarity, we got the continuity, and the third C is being concrete, right? Mm-hmm. That's important because you, in your course, is going to promise them something. So it has to be something like Mary mentioned. You have to get at least one result from that course. You can't give them so many results because you're going to overwhelm them, right? So what is that tangible promise that you're going to help them achieve in that course, right? So when Mary was saying that when you have multiple results that you're trying to achieve, this is where you're going to probably confuse and lose your clients. Mm-hmm. If they're taking your course, have like an introductory so that they can receive it in bite sizes, right? So once they receive it in bite sizes and they're getting that first result, like Mary said, is they're going to ask you, okay, this was good. I was able to achieve that. It was a great process. I'm ready for more. What do you have next? Right? Mm-hmm. So giving them one promise at a time. Because when I have been in courses, and I have courses just collecting digital dust, mm-hmm. because it's just so much. And the videos are so long. Let me tell you something, the way our brain works. When we see something that says 3 hours, mm-hmm. Are you motivated to get on and say, okay, whoa, I got 3 hours. I'm gonna go get my chips. Let me get this. Whatever. No one is really motivated to sit there for 3 hours, mm-hmm. right? Because at one point you're either going to fall asleep if it's not upbeat enough, right? Or mm-hmm. if it's too much information for you to digest. And that mm-hmm. is the one thing that Mary and I did, like she mentioned earlier, about mm-hmm. that 41-day challenge. Woo! Boy, did we overwhelm them. We was overwhelmed ourselves, okay? We were so overwhelmed. It was like, oh my God, we were so tired. It was like, okay. Because it takes so much out of you because you're pouring. We wanted to pour out so much to them because mm-hmm. we were so happy to do it and we wanted them to learn. We wanted them to win, mm-hmm. right? Not only that, you want your clients to get the results. So I think we was more anxious than they were, right? Mm-hmm. But because they were so overwhelmed, they couldn't reach that results. They did get some results from the 21-day. Mm-hmm. However, they was like, okay, Can we pause? What you got next? Because I need to get in that because I need to digest and I need to go at a slower pace, right? So that's why we need a course that is concrete, right? That continuity you is flown in a direction from getting them from point A to B, and then following with the concrete that they're getting that promise, that one results that you're going to help them achieve at the end of that course. Mary?
Yeah, because a lot of people, and we run into this all the time. We do a lot of rooms in Clubhouse as well. And it's fun because people come up and chat and they throw out their ideas. And almost 100% of the time, it's this giant mass of ideas that is just like, well, I want to help them decrease their clutter. I want to help them get their identity back. I want to help them feed nutritionally good stuff for their kids. I want them to have time to do what's for them. I want to, whoa, right? This like, that is like, which one do we want to get on? What do we want to focus on here? So that's the fun of it, though. That's really the fun of it, is talking it through. And when you hear the people speaking and they say these words, and then Tikwa and our brains go ding, 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 ding. You just said it. You just said the thing that you should be doing. You're like, oh, I didn't think of that, And that's like, I don't know, that's my favorite part, actually, is when people finally get that hone in down to that one specific person, one specific niche that they are going to be able to work in and succeed. So yeah, making it concrete. You can't make it like out in the clouds and airy fairy and ethereal. And it's just like, we want everyone you will feel better at the end of it, or you will have, I don't even know, like more self-esteem. Well, all of those are good, but it's hard to measure that. It's hard to hold on to it tangibly. So make the result tangible, so that ask yourself this question. My client at the end of this course will be blank, or will have blank, or will be able to do blank. It has to be that clear. So, and that concrete. So that's it. That's our big 3 C's here.
Awesome. Angela Harris said, very good information, ladies.
Oh, thank you.
That this is providing you some good content, around creating an online course. So tell us, Angela, have you created an online course, or you're thinking about creating an online course? Let us know in the comments about that. So so those are the 3 C's that we wanted to come on and talk about. So we're so excited. We're so excited about this because we love doing this. This is what we do, and we bounce off different ideas. It's like, okay, you know what? Let's talk about this, because we've been through the experience, right? I'm on my 3rd beta course. Okay. My 3rd beta course, and I love it. And that's how we teach our clients through our programs. But again, we go on Clubhouse a lot. We're on Clubhouse almost every day or every other day. And we talk about different things when it comes to online courses. And we get a lot of people that come up and speak to us, and they don't have the clarity. Now we have this one person, this one young lady that has been following us. And every time when we open up a room, she joins us. She's a woman from the military. I think she has 14 years of military. And when she came to us, she had an idea. But she had so many ideas and she wasn't clear on it. But by her joining our Clubhouse, every time we on, she raises her hand to come up. And she's like, all right, ladies, I think I got it. I want to do blah, 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 blah. And we was like, you know what? Keep on working, because every time you come, you gain more and more clarity. You're almost there. So this is what we love to do, right? We love to impact other women and encourage them, to empower them to go out there and share what you got. We have a lot. Okay. We wear many hats as women. And we can teach the world, okay? We can make $20
at a time.
Exactly. We have we can make $20 last a long time, right? We got
Mhm.
$20 in our pocket and that will never get spent because we know how to budget ourselves. People are very good with budgeting and making a small meal and making these quick meals and things that we do, and things that we have been doing for years. And now we can teach someone else how to do that, right?
Mhm.
We have the younger generation. I'm not saying about the younger generations. They don't know how to cook.
Mhm.
Everything is microwave. Everything
Mhm.
has to be fast, but having women like us who can teach them to make quick, healthy meals, they need
Mhm.
more women like us, right?
Mhm.
So share your gifts to the world. Share what you got to the world by creating an online course.
Mhm.
Creating an
Mhm.
online course and impacting those that needs to be impacted.
Yeah. And like Tiku said, it can be something that seems mundane, but it's so important. And so think about it, like people are like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to teach. But I don't know what to teach. I would love to be in. I would love to be a piece of the $240 billion business. But I don't know what to teach. So look around, exactly like what Tiku said. How did you make those sautéed mushrooms? What were the steps that it took to make a sautéed mushrooms for dinner? How did you, work out that math problem for your child? How did you do that arts and crafts with your older child? How did you, I don't know, rearrange the room, right? What is it that you do on an everyday basis that you just take for granted and somebody else would love to have that knowledge, love to have that skill, and maybe they just didn't have somebody to ever teach them that. And start that simple. Just start that simple, and then of course you can go change the world and teach somebody how to build a house or something if you want. But you can start with how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich the right way. Really, you can start really simple.
Hmm.
Um, you could
Exactly.
literally teach anything. If you're good at shopping on Etsy, if you're good at running a store on Shopify, if you're good at getting bargains from coupons, if you're good at shoveling snow, like I don't want to be good at, but like what is it that you do that you're good at that someone else might be able to benefit from? And that's really how you can start your first online course. That's it.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
If we have any questions from the audience, please drop in your questions. I know Facebook is kind of delayed, but if we don't catch you while we're online, we'll definitely reply to your comments and your questions if you have any questions about anything that has to do with clarity around building your online course. Um, yeah, let us know. Let us know.
Mhm.
Let us know.
Now, do we have something we're offering here tonight or anything
Yes, yes,
special?
yes. Just like last week, we still have a special offer that we part of the Hey Girl You Can Clubhouse. And Mary was one of the moderators for their 1 year anniversary for being on Clubhouse. They have really grew. I think for that all day, one day, I think they gained 1,000 more club
Mhm.
members that day because they ran the room all
Oh,
day
mhm.
for their anniversary. And they had some amazing women in the moderating, and Mary was among one of those that did an amazing job being
Aw.
the moderator in there as well. And we had to also give an offer for the anniversary. Now, this offer we never
Mm.
you would never see this again, but because it was an all-day event, it was a 1 year anniversary, and Mary and I love Clubhouse.
Mhm. Mhm.
We gave our digital product, which is $497, for half off. Half.
Mhm.
50%. So you can get your online course done in 6 weeks for $250.
Mhm.
Okay, for
Mhm.
$250. So we'll put that link in the comments if you are interested in doing that. We'll put that in the comments so that you can just get to it. And then you'll be a part of the Facebook group. Once you go through the payment process, you'll be a part of the Facebook group. And in our Facebook group, even though it's a digital product and it's an on-demand product, Maria and I are doing office hours every week. So
Mhm.
every week, what we do is we come in, we'll let you know in advance that we're going to be using this hour for any Q&A if you're stuck on something. and we'll put the Zoom link in there. Jump on Zoom. If you're stuck, you need some clarity, we're there to help you during those office hours. So we're not going to leave you alone. And you have to also the Facebook group to put your questions in there as well, and we'll answer those questions for you. We'll go live in there as well along the process. And yeah, that's what we got to offer today.
Yeah.
So we didn't want for you guys to miss out on that. We went live last week, so we go live once a week, and we know that a lot of people, it gets lost because we have so many women in this group, and I know that the message will get lost. So we just wanted to come on and just present this to you because the sale is over January 31st.
Yeah.
January 31st, it's gone bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's the special that we have going on for this month. Now, if you want to work with me and Mary in person live every week for 6 weeks, Mary and I do have a live coaching, the same thing that you're getting from the digital. We're going to do it live in February. So that price is special too. Valentine's special, love in the air. No. Our price for our live is $9.97, but guess what? We're giving it for $4.97 for the month of February as a special. If you want to be with us every week, seeing our beautiful faces.
Now you're pushing it.
On Zoom and learning from the best. You can do that too. So we'll put both of those links in there, and you make that choice on what you want to do. We know that some people like to work at their own pace, but definitely working with us live, we expect you to launch your course in this at the end of the 6 weeks. So,
but it will be easy. It won't be hard. It's not going to be like, I don't know what I can do. I don't even know what to teach. It's going to be easy peasy, probably. Also, and Tika brings up a good point that because it is the automated one, even though it's set up to do 6 weeks, you could do it as fast as you want. You know, you can buzz through it and get to the end. Maybe you already have some pieces done. You know, maybe you already kind of know what you want to teach, but you don't know how to put it together. Maybe you don't know exactly who your ideal client is. Or maybe you have a lot of the first steps done, but you don't know how to make the modules or how to create the journey or how to do that. So, yeah, I mean, you can definitely do it at your own pace. I mean, because that's what I like to do. If I get the automated thing, like I'll just go through it. You know, like I like to get it done. But if you want to do the live thing, is fun because you do get that immediate interaction and feedback, and you can have discussion and stuff like that, which is a lot of fun. So definitely benefits to both.
Yes, and we love it, and that's why we wanted to do it live again, because it's fun. And we love your reactions once you got over some hump or you did something and you got a result from it. We love to see your eyes light up when that happens. So we love it. We love it. So yeah, so those are the 2 offers that we have tonight, and we hope that you will join us.
Why not? What else are you doing?
Exactly.
Of course, Don, come on. It's already the end of the first month of this new year. It's hard to even believe that January 31st is going to be here and we're going to be in February. Just think how fast the rest of the year is going to go. And what do you want to have done by the end of it, right? Yeah. You could have your course done by the end of March. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
First quarter, big check box, right?
Exactly. And just remember that you're unique. It doesn't matter how many courses are out there that you're thinking about that people have out there. It doesn't matter. And the reason why I say that is because you're special. You have a secret sauce, that a process that you go through that no one else went through, right? You may have some of the basic stuff that everybody have, but there's something about your course that is different, and they get the results that they need. So just for example, I'm already 2 weeks into my beta course, right? And I already have the ladies saying that, you know what? I didn't get this in the course that I took. I took a course like this, but I'm getting what I need out of this course. And they already have their minds massaging their brains and their minds and getting it out. And it's not a cookie cutter course. It's like we're really going to get down to the business of, because I'm also a coach, virtual assistant coach. So get into the business, creating your foundation. So whatever you have in you that is a secret special source, just remember, it doesn't matter how many other courses is out there.
Yeah.
People is going to invest in you because of the results that you bring. And when people start talking about your course, ooh, watch out. People are going to be knocking at your door, and you probably have to put them on the wait list.
There you go.
All right. All right, ladies. That is it for tonight. If you have any questions, let me go to Facebook and see if anybody put any questions. Okay, so I don't see any questions. But if you have any questions or comments or anything that you want to ask us, you can put them in the comments down here below this live, or you can DM us. I lost my thought for a minute.
Did you freeze there for a moment?
I know, right?
Hey, listen, if you're ever over on Clubhouse, look us up because we're there all the time. And if you're kind of new or you don't know much about Clubhouse, it's a fun platform because you can have conversations with actual people, not in the comments. So that's kind of fun. So look up Tiqua Scarborough, Mary Fitzgerald. We have a club, Dynamic Business Building, but I don't want to give too much things because we want you to click that link to come and join our course. So go do that.
Exactly. All right, ladies. Thank you for joining. Whoever joined us live and whoever joined us on the replay, welcome. And thank you for taking the time to watch our live. We really appreciate it. Whether you join us or not, we love you. All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.